Cody Rhodes has finally done it. Cody Rhodes is the new undisputed WWE Universal Champion. Or is it the undisputed WWE Champion? It seems like WWE and everybody involved can't quite make up their minds, so for now, I'm going to roll with Undisputed Universal Championship, and in this video, I'm going to look back at perhaps the greatest WrestleMania main event of all time. What is next for Rhodes as the face of WWE, and who will be challenging him next for that title. And we start with the main event itself. At WrestleMania 40, Rhodes finished the second story. Rhodes defeated Roman Reigns, winning the Undisputed WWE Universal Championship and ending the 1,316 wait, see if we can get 6. There we go. 16-day reign of Reigns. It was a long journey to get to this point. Rhodes was defeated in his first attempt at winning the Undisputed Universal Championship at WrestleMania 39. After a long wait, Rhodes would enter the 2024 Men's Royal Rumble match and win, setting up a rematch that was pretty much inevitable, albeit it took WWE a while to get to that point. And before Rhodes could challenge for the title, he would have to team with Seth Rollins to take on Reigns and The Rock on night 1 in a high-stakes tag team match. And because Rhodes and Rollins would lose that match, it made the title match on night 2 a Bloodline Rules match where anything goes, and anything did go in that match. The Rock pinned Rhodes to conclude that tag team match. That gave, and as I talked about, it set up the stipulation and stacked the odds against Rhodes, but it made for an even greater story and an even greater finale when Rhodes would overcome the odds with the help of Jey Uso, John Cena, Seth Rollins, and The Undertaker, and win the undisputed WWE Universal Championship and finish the second story and finally do what no Rhodes has done in WWE, and that is win a World Heavyweight title. So what comes next for Rhodes? Well, Raw after Mania provided an answer, albeit it was for a match that may or may not happen this year. As it stands right now, as I am recording on the 15th of April, it seems like that match does not happen this year. And while it was nice that the Raw after Mania was an hour, had the first hour commercial free, I do wish they would have not spent almost the entirety of that hour to a Rock and Rhodes segment. Nonetheless, The Rock wants a one-on-one match against Cody Rhodes for his title. And while SummerSlam makes sense and it would be a suitable stage, The Rock's filming schedule might prevent him from making it to the biggest party of the summer. Now, you could still set up the match. There is an argument to be made. You could set up the match and not have Rock be reliant on Rock making many appearances in person, kind of just filming some stuff and then kind of just having that be his involvement, and then he shows up the rest of the match. I think we've seen enough of Rock and Rhodes face to face. We've seen the physicality, so you could do the match and not have these two like together so much. It could work. I don't think WWE would go that route though. And if The Rock cannot make it to SummerSlam, then it would seem that WrestleMania 40 would be when that happens. And The Rock did put out a video on Instagram stating that he would prefer to wrestle Rhodes one-on-one at WrestleMania 41. And if that's what he prefers, it's probably what WWE's going to do, and I don't necessarily blame him for doing that, but it does raise the question of Rock versus Reigns. Everybody thought that that match was going to happen at WrestleMania 41, and with this seemingly Bloodline Civil War, or maybe not seemingly, but this Bloodline Civil War brewing on Friday Night SmackDown, you would think that it would set up a Rock versus Reigns match at WrestleMania, but that does not appear to be the case. So when would that match happen, or does it enter into the same territory as Sting versus Undertaker, which is a match everybody wanted to see, but unfortunately we will never get to see? Does that happen with that matchup? I don't know. Maybe it's too early to rule it out. Maybe it's a WrestleMania 42 type thing, which would be a ridiculous long time for it. But then again, we've already waited so many years for it. What's a couple more? Also, with WWE putting out that one-on-one match between Rock and Rhodes, it does have an impact on every title match that Rhodes has until that actual matchup happens, which is unfair to every challenger for Rhodes, or every challenger for Rhodes' title. It kind of has that little bit of a black cloud, if you will, kind of hanging over every title defense. Now, Rhodes is scheduled to appear Rhodes did make an appearance on the Friday Night SmackDown after WrestleMania, and he is expected to be an active champion. So that in that episode of SmackDown did provide an answer, or did provide some clarity on who his opponent for Backlash is. And let's get into that third point of who will challenge Rhodes for the title at Backlash. As I said, Friday's episode of SmackDown did provide an answer. Sort of. It wasn't a definitive answer. We'll get that definitive answer on next week's Friday Night SmackDown. There were 2 triple threat matches where the winners would face each other next week to determine the challenger for Rhodes at Backlash. LA Knight and AJ Styles won their respective matches. Next week on SmackDown, it will be, or I guess it's this week, it would be this Friday on SmackDown as of recording. It will be a WrestleMania 40 rematch between these two. Who will win next week? Will WWE go with Knight, who is still very popular, very over, and got a big time win at WrestleMania? Or will WWE go with AJ Styles, who has new entrance music? I haven't quite heard it. I haven't quite heard the whole thing, so I don't know what to make of it just yet. And he also lost at WrestleMania too. Well, let's kind of look at the character dynamics. Knight is a good guy. Styles is a bad guy. That difference in character pretty much settles it right there. Rhodes is a good guy, and WWE rarely does world title matches between 2 good guys. So with Styles being the bad guy here, or playing the bad guy character, it will most likely be him challenging Rhodes for the title at Backlash. And while it is a shame to see Knight lose a match coming out of WrestleMania, or at least a couple weeks removed from WrestleMania, ultimately, even if he were to win and challenge for the title, he wouldn't win it anyway. So I think there's an argument to be made that it's better off putting Styles out there and having him challenge for the title. And while it would be nice to see Styles have one more world title run at the very least, he's also not going to win this match. But him losing isn't quite as damaging as it would be for Knight to lose a match like that. Ultimately, though, it doesn't matter who wins. Rhodes is not losing the title in his first title defense. So in conclusion, it will probably be Rhodes versus Styles at Backlash for the Undisputed WWE Universal Championship. And that's all from me. Leave a comment down below who you think will challenge Rhodes for the title at Backlash.